See, I feel that I would still be better in the office than at home on any given day.
Yeah, but if that's you,
Yeah.
that's fine. You come in every day.
Yeah, and I do.
Do you know what I mean?
I do. But see, I would want to surround myself with people like me.
Don't you think that's a mistake?
Not necessarily,
Why?
not the same skills as me, but definitely if you had the same mindset as me, 100%.
Yeah, but then you'll never, you don't get a different perspective.
I don't want a lesser perspective
So is there no greater perspective?
than me.
Yes.
Yeah, there is. I'm sure there is.
Yeah, but if you have everyone that thinks in the same way, you'll never find anything better.
They don't have to think in the exact same way, but there's some core beliefs there about how I operate and what I do that I would be looking for in other people for sure.
Like,
Look, I'm a big believer in employing your weaknesses as well.
yeah,
So I've got no issues with that. It's more I know what I'm like and what my work ethic is like. If I can have a team full like that, the business would be unstoppable. And I feel that our team is very much like that now. And don't get me wrong, like, you know, a lot of business owners, this is a mistake that a lot of business owners make with employees. Don't ever expect them to love the business or go above and beyond like you do, because they don't own it, period.
yeah. Or give them a slice of the pie.
That's right. But even then, it's a slice. So it's not theirs. Yes, they may be a little bit more motivated, but it's never as much as if it was solely theirs. So you can't expect them to act the same way. So I've got no issues with that.
But in saying that also, they're probably not meant to be a business owner.
Yeah, and that's totally fine. I think a lot of people...
Yeah, and that's okay.
I think a lot of people can make a lot of money not being business owners.
Yeah, being a number 2 or a
That's
number
right.
3 or a number 4.
Absolutely. See, when I was at my previous companies, whenever I worked at other construction companies, all of them actually, I remember feeling when I was at each one of those companies like it was mine. I took it personally, right? I got really invested and involved in the projects. I was emotional with the projects. I wanted the success of them. And if you'd cut me, you know, I'd bleed black and white, whatever the company colours were. Like, I was really loyal employee. And I think I look for similar characteristics whenever I employ someone now too. Doesn't have to be from day one, do you know what I mean? But having the potential of someone that does want personal growth, that does want to achieve. I don't want 9 to 5 people working for me, okay? I want you to have ambitions within the organisation to grow your knowledge, your experience, your wealth, everything.
Every single person?
I would say most people, yeah. Why settle for a mediocre 9 to 5 person?
No, I think there is... It's a good question. I think there is roles in the business that
can have that mundane 9 to 5 stuff. So say if it's data entry and all you're doing is punching in numbers into a computer screen every single day.
And I think you need to try and compensate it to make it a little bit more fun so they enjoy the workplace and the culture. But the reality is not everyone's going to be the CEO. Yeah?
Yeah, that's completely fine.
Yeah, and you need to factor that in. Like, not everyone's going to come in. Imagine if you had a team full of people that was so driven, everyone wanted to be the CEO, there would be massive... Everyone would bump heads, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing is that potential roles within the business are generally capped as far as what you can earn in that role. So you could be at the same company for 50 years, but not necessarily you start off at 60 grand and end up after 30 years, 40 years in the business making $350,000 in that same role doing the same task. It doesn't work like
Same
that.
people work 35 years in the same business. And
Yeah, that's right. That's what I mean. So some roles within that organisation are capped. So what you will find is either the person will stay in that role for that period of time and be happy to work, you know, their $80,000 job for the rest of their life.
And there is people that do that.
Absolutely there is. Or they'd be the type of person that'll go, okay, I need to now, I've hit the ceiling here. There's no room for promotion. There's no room for me to get more. I need to go to another organisation. Or they move within a different role in the business that allows them to pay more, to get paid more or achieve more or have more, whatever that role's going to be.
So do you think you're missing out on any opportunities, ideas, different perspectives by not engaging people who think in a way that contradicts?
Myself?
Yeah.
I don't mind people...
Not contradicts, conflicts.
Conflict? Yeah, I don't mind conflicting ideas with me. I don't mind having those ideas of people conflicting with me at all.
But you just said you hire people that are in line.
I would look.
Yeah.
Look. Yeah, that'd be some of the core things that I would look for because I know what I'm about and the values that I have within my organisations.
Mm.
That's not to say if you think differently, if you have a different method. Okay, so if you have a really strong preference to use metal frames instead of timber frames.
Yeah.
Okay. Now my preference is timber frames.
Why?
Creature of habit, workability.
Creature of habit.
Yeah, as in that's what we've been building predominantly
Oh,
all
yeah,
our
okay.
houses from using timber as opposed to light gauge steel.
So that's what you used to.
Supply, yeah, what we're used to, what the trades know, and it's just going to take a little bit more effort to shift that whole focus. Have I seen the advantages of it? Yeah, absolutely. Have we done one? Yeah, we have. Would I do another one? Yes, I would. But if I had someone really driving it, going, no, I can show you, we can do it like this, we can do it like this, we can do it like this, but okay, cool, let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. It's not my preference, but if you're going to drive it, if you're going to do this, if you're going to do that, show me that it works.
But is that because you're already open to it?
Potentially. No, but I'm, no.
So what if someone came and said, listen, I can work better from home than I can from the office?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just sign
And-
sign your resignation form just there.
Just sign a resignation.
Yeah.
But what if they came and showed you and they said, listen, this is how, this is why, these are the reasons. And I genuinely believe that I'm going to be able to deliver more for Pascon as an estimator.
Yeah.
As an estimator, when I'm able to work from home and I can implement this system that's going to allow me to access all the office data. And I've got my own printer and I've got
Well, I
this.
can do all that now. So everyone can access stuff from home, regardless.
I'm just giving you an example.
Yeah, but I'd need to see it. And there's a level of trust there too with
Of
that
course
person.
there is, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know if the work's getting done. At the end of the day, like when the month end comes
Yeah.
and then, fuck, everyone else has done all this shit and you haven't, all of a
Yeah.
sudden you're like, well, what's going on here? What the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? And dude, there's so much, there's ways you can track, because you should know.
Okay. Yes, I hear what you're saying. Here's another thing. What about, let's go the other way around. Okay. Say you're working at home, this estimator, he's working from home.
Yep.
And his normal hours are 7 to 5.
Yep.
Okay. But because he's working at home, he's just like, oh, well, I'm just going to work till 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay. So he does more work there. Is that necessarily a good thing for him? Is that necessarily a healthy thing for him?
So why,
He's not getting
why is
paid
he doing
extra.
Why is he doing more work?
Maybe some people are just happy to be in, or they're in that environment and they're just going to pump out the work and keep doing, that stuff on the computer screen and doing
Yeah.
additional work that they're not getting paid for necessarily per hour.
Pay him for it.
Huh?
Pay him for it.
How do I know what he's doing?
You can track.
Yeah, okay. But I'm just saying it's not necessarily, maybe I say, look, I'm not going to pay you extra. All right? Your hours are this. Work, like you don't need to work extra. Whatever, he just does it anyway. Some people are like that, where they will continuously do more and get more and
Show
all
me
that stuff.
those people. I'll
Oh,
hire
you
them
really?
straight away.
Yeah, no, there is. I was like that.
Hey?
I was like that.
But you would work extra for free unnecessarily, even
Fuck,
when
man.
everyone being told not to.
Not told. We will never. Have you ever had an employer tell you not to work harder?
An employer.
Employer, sorry. Like it doesn't happen. But I was like that when I was at Multiplex, when I was at Abbey Group. Like we were working Saturdays, Sundays, and it wasn't mandatory. It was culturally acceptable. Let's say, like they would encourage you to, but. Yeah, when I figured out my hourly rate when I was working at Multiplex, me and the grads all did it at one time. It was like we were making like $5.12 an hour, So it was like almost like slavery back then. But we would.
So hold on. So
yeah.
and how do you feel about that?
Fine,
What, you're like, yeah, cool.
huh?
You're like, yeah, cool. Like that was good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why?
Character building. I got an appreciation for hard work.
Yeah. Do you reckon
We got the jobs done. We got the job done. The jobs were big jobs. Are $300 million
So
plus projects.
Do you think every person felt that way?
No.
How did the other people?
I'm not necessarily saying they had a great culture doing that. We had a really good team at the time when I was the project I'm thinking about specifically. We had a really good team, young team, and everyone sort of had a lot of fun along the way as well.
Mm-hmm.
But there was that expectation, again, from senior management that you'd be working Saturdays or Sundays or
So don't you
whatever
think-
you had to do to get the job done.
Yeah, but so okay. Don't you think having a great culture will incentivize that? Like people, it becomes a we need to get this done. Like,
Absolutely.
but that wasn't. Was that a great culture? You just said it wasn't.
Oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't the worst in the sense that That's that space as well. It's like when you're talking about those really big tier one companies, right? It's also very competitive with the person you're sitting next to. You want
Because
that
everyone
promotion?
wants to climb.
That's
Yeah,
right.
everyone wants to climb the corporate ladder.
That's right. So it was very much like that too. So if you didn't do the hours, it's cool, but you're probably going to be the first to let go,
Yeah.
or get or not get promoted. Just get that next job or the shit job or whatever it might be.